We welcome you all. Today we are going to see the topic of air conditioning control. This is the last topic of the fifth unit of refrigeration and air conditioning paper. We are going to study the control system. The control system is used to maintain the control variable. If there is no variation in the control variable or there is no variation in the desired condition, we need any we need not any controlling system. Suppose there is a variation in the controlling variable, we need some controlling system. The working of the controlling system is detect the variation in the controlled variable and measure the extent of variation and trigger the activating element and trigger the regulating element and minimize the variation. This is the working of the control system. Here we study the air conditioning control system. If the refrigeration load and capacity of a plant remain constant, there would be any need to have any control. That means there is no variation in the control variable. We don't need any control system. Suppose there is variation in the controlled variable, we need some control system. For example, there is a fluctuation in the refrigeration load and capacity of the plant. The load changes due to input condition change and output condition changes. The plant capacity also changes due to the changes in the outside condition. If there is a variation in the load and capacity of the plant, we need some control devices and change the controlled variable. Nowadays, we use the automatic control devices. The automatic control devices achieves a high degree of accuracy in maintaining the required temperature, pressure, and humidities. In every control device, there is a controlled variable. In refrigerant unit, the controlled variables are temperature, pressure, humidity, and flow control devices. Here, the detecting element detect the deviation from the desired value of the controlled condition. And the next, the measuring element of the control unit measure the extent of this deviation and trigger the actuating element. Next, the positioner. The positioner is responsible for setting the value of the controlled variable. In case the force from the measuring element is not strong enough to activate the regulating unit, we use some servo motor and a relay to position the valve. The transmitting element also used in the control system. It is the one of the part of the control unit. This is the black diagram. This is the black diagram of the control unit. The detecting element detect the variation in the controlled variable. The measuring element measure the extent of variation in the controlled variable and trigger the activating element. Activating element gives the signal to the transmitting element. This transmitting element activates the regulating element and minimize the changes in the controlled variables. The common item of control involved here are given below. Expansion devices, automatic expansion valve, thermostatic expansion valve. Cutoff for refrigerant units, high pressure cutoff, low pressure cutoff. That is the back pressure valves. Liquid level regulating devices, high side float valve, low side float valve. Flow regulating devices, solenoid valves, check valves, water and brine valves. Thermostats, evaporator thermostat, room thermostat. Then humidity controls and motor controls. The common type of detecting elements are bimetallic, temperature sensitive electrical resistance, electromagnetic and humidity sensitive. Bimetallic elements. A bimetallic element comprises of two strips of dissimilar material with different coefficient of thermal expansion. These different materials are joined together and fixed at one end. If there is any variation in the temperature, there is the result in expansion of the bimetallic strip. We can increase the sensitivity of the bimetallic strip by increasing the length of the bimetallic strip. Two commonly used pair materials are bronze and invar. Electrical resisting elements. The electrical resistance of the element changes with the temperature, whereas the copper has a positive temperature coefficient and constant and is independent of temperature, and semiconductor has a negative coefficient of expansion. Semiconductors are well suited in automatic control because of the numerical high temperature dependence. This is the Wheatstone bridge for electrical resisting elements. Electromagnetic elements. This is the black diagram of electromagnetic element. The magnetic field in solenoid. The magnetic field in solenoid is influenced by armature, iron core armature. The moving of the armature up and down, a change in current will occur. The moving of the armature up and down, there is a change in current will occur by means of amplifier. This change can made strong enough to activate the control devices. Again, the magnetic field in solenoid can be influenced by iron armature in a coil. By moving the armature up and down, activated by a sensing element, a change in current will occur. By means of amplifier, the changes can be made strong enough to activate a control devices. Humidity sensitive elements. The two temperature sensitive elements used to measure the dry bulb temperature and well bulb temperature. Hence, we measure the humidity. The two thermistors also be similarly used coupled into a Wheatstone bridge. Such a device will operate on the basis of increase or decrease in the temperature difference, dry bulb and well bulb temperature of the air for the control of humidity. So we measure the two temperature and find the humidity value. This is the black diagram of the humidity sensitive elements. Thank you.